and roll, babe?
Let's do this.
Let's do that.
Rory and Lyra. Let's do this.
I love it. They just get so excited about anything that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to do it. We're going to do episode 2. We're going to do like the follow-up episode to
Mental health.
the mental health
Whoop,
deep
whoop.
dive that we were doing.
Deep dig.
Deep dig. We're digging deep. But actually,
Nice.
that's part of it,
Yeah.
which is good.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone. We're back.
We're back.
We're back for, I think this is episode 8.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're almost in double digits.
Almost in double digits.
How exciting is that?
Look at us go in
Look at
2026.
Woo.
So I have all of our questions up here for us to read, so we can always take a look at them and go.
Great.
But the first one, so we're just gonna start and just like dig into deep dig.
Deep dig.
We're gonna do a dig into all of our mental health questions that we've got.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of them, but it's mainly going to be geared towards that mental health side of things because I think you and I both have unique perspectives on things that we can add to it.
Mm-hmm.
And these questions work well for that we can expound upon and go as deep or as not deep as we want to, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. And I think we covered a lot in the first episode of this,
the first half.
So I'm hoping there may be some overlap, but
Not that somebody is like there with their notebook with all of their notes, but
there may be some overlap. But I think looking at these questions, I think we can get some new content and perspectives and just different answers.
Stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So the
excited.
first question is, what's something about life abroad that's quietly helped your mental health?
Ooh, quietly helped.
There's something about European cities
Mm.
that feels very calming isn't the right word, but it feels very eclectic.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the word that I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Not really. There's
Yeah.
something very therapeutic about like just being in a European city, seeing this beautiful architecture that's been around for hundreds of years.
Mm-hmm.
Walking the stone walks and like just seeing such beauty and grace around you. Like that is a very simple thing that has helped my mental health, like seeing the beauty of Europe. I think the pace of life has really helped mine a lot.
Mm-hmm. Going back to your like, what'd you just say? The first one.
The beauty?
The beauty of it.
Yeah.
I think we always feel like we're around history.
That's
and I
nice.
didn't always feel that around in the States.
We're around a lot of cornfields. Dig 'em.
And like there were some old things, like in Manchester, there were some like OG buildings and even in Indianola, but it didn't have the same effect
Yeah.
that Europe
Having
does.
that much history around is
Yeah.
really, really nice.
I mean, just even within, like if you really think about it, just within the cobblestone streets. Yeah, I'd say mine that's quietly helped has been the pace of life.
Fair.
Which I know we covered in the first one of just
and
how,
we talk about that pretty regularly too.
Yeah.
It's still important to reiterate just
Yeah.
like how chaotic that was. And
yeah, when you hear about people moving abroad, most of the time they will tell you the pace of life is different.
yeah,
And they like it's true.
in a
They
good
mean
way.
it.
Yeah.
We mean it. I know in our first mental health one, I think I talked a lot about just how life started to feel pretty unsustainable back in the States. Yeah, it's a way of life here. Slowing down, living in the now. It's a way of life, and it's wonderful because I felt so much pressure in the States to just always be doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like the music schedule that we had was always that way. But then also just, I mean, capitalism as a way of doing that, like where it's just like, everything is going to be open. Christmas Day, we are going to have Walmart open. And, just like that, that feeling of like always needing to be doing something or the people that were always working like that, again, is so unsustainable and so unhealthy like that. I mean, I think about the fact that every Sunday, everything is closed down here. Like that is amazing.
It's a true rest day.
It's a true rest day.
Which at first we were like,
super annoyed with. Like I was annoyed by that. Because I was just like, oh God, I got to go get milk or whatever, but you can't do that.
And there are some things open.
Yeah.
So they take a rotation of, I think
the
malls.
They have a set amount of days, a set amount of Sundays that they're allowed to be open throughout the year.
And our bakery down the street's always open on Sundays. So when we need our emergency milk burek.
Emergency burek is more
emergency burek.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's actually been really nice. It's just made us more organized and planning in our trips. But yeah, everybody's outside. Like when it's really nice out, everyone's outside. We have parks everywhere around us. Yeah, it's a true rest day for sure, which we don't see in the States either.
So that's definitely helped us like slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
And, feel a little bit more in charge of our mental health, which is important. Next question is about homesickness. When do you feel the most homesick, and do you find patterns that bring it out more homesickness? I think this is more for like any expats that are listening or people that are thinking about moving abroad. Like this is
or anybody that's moved away from home.
Yeah, this is a part of it. Just like feeling homesickness is a part
it's normal. Honestly, it's a reminder of somebody for me.
People is what makes.
And you know me, I'm a big people person, big relationship person. So I feel like that makes a lot of sense for me.
Yeah.
So today, for example, I was walking to Konzum and everything's blooming here in Zagreb, which has been awesome and beautiful. And so it was almost 70 here today. And so I was taking my sweet time walking to the grocery store just down the street and everything's in bloom. And so I'm taking pictures of all the flowers. And then all of a sudden I look to my left and I'm like, oh, that looks really familiar. I wonder what that is. And I walked up to it and it was a lilac bush. And those are my mom's favorite. And so I got a little like, because just miss my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I took a picture of it and
Debbie.
texted, hi, mama. I took a picture of it and sent it to her and was just like, hey, thinking about you.
Yeah.
So I think it's moments like those that remind me of people.
Do you find that it's like, depending on how your day goes, that you feel it differently, or like thinking of like the patterns part of the question? Do you think that there are times of the week that you feel it? Are there times of the day that you feel it? Or do you think that it's mainly dependent on what is happening? Like what sort of like stimulus is happening in your life? I think it's mainly based on what you see, like today I think is a good example. Whereas like sometimes for me, it's like late at night when I just want to go out and like go to a movie in the States. Like you can do that here, obviously. I mean, like I'm just trying to think of I'm just trying to think of like an example of that.
Yeah, I don't.
For me, the show choir season hit me really hard.
Yeah.
And made me homesick just because like that was something that was very near and dear to my heart and fun and something that I was excited to do. So like I would get Facebook I think was probably what made me the most homesick. But I would get Facebook notifications of we're going out to do this thing, or like getting Facebook notifications or Snapchat notifications of like Arlo running around and playing. Like that makes us homesick and feel that.
Yeah, I miss musical season.
We just need to throw our phones away. Maybe that'll do it.
But it's not always like bad homesickness.
True. Yeah.
There are certain things that do make me always feel a little bit more down. And I would say that revolves around the animals.
Sure. Yeah.
I think I'll always grieve that though.
Yeah.
Like that makes me emotional.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it.
That was hard. Have we talked about that?
No, I'm not sure I'm ready.
On the podcast.
Yeah.
Someday we'll talk about that.
Someday when I'm a little bit more emotionally stable about it.
Fair. That was a tough.
I think we've like talked a little bit about it, but I definitely haven't like talked about how
people really close to us know what all went down with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get into it at some point.
Yeah.
Do you feel more like yourself here or less?
More.
How so?
Mm-hmm. Because I've been able to slow down and work on myself and mental health. I was at a point where I didn't
just kind of like
lost. I didn't feel good.
Yeah.
Back in the States.
Lost a sense of who you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really hard when not only are you working on yourself, but then you're a mom, you're a partner, you're a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like what we had alluded to last episode, like why we were struggling, and why we weren't recording, because it was such a tough, it was an easy thing to get to like take a step back from that podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But that was what we were struggling with a little bit here for a while, was knowing ourselves and being able to be a good partner, be a good parent, be a good teacher, be a good educator.
We were in that adjustment funk.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
But
and it was the holidays.
But when we feel like the highs of living abroad, I feel like they're much bigger. They're much higher. I don't know if that's the right way to say it.
What do you mean?
Like the happiness that we have felt here seems maybe more pure. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying with that. Yeah, that's okay.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I feel more like myself here.
Great.
I feel like the life I've dreamed of living.
Yeah.
We have been fulfilling it by living here.
Sure.
And that's travel and the pace of life and not working, or what is that phrase? Not living to work, but working to live, right?
Yeah.
Like
right?
Our whole life isn't about work. Yeah.
What was that quote?
I think it is.
I think, that's the saying.
Not living to work, but working to live. Yeah.
Sure.
Like making money so that we can go and make
stuff.
memories and adventures, but not running ourselves into the ground like I felt like we were by the end.
We had to be.
Yeah.
Doing stuff all the time.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about parenting and mental health. I think that's a great thing for us to dig into. How are we modeling that with our kids? I know that's something that I struggle with, I think, more than you do. I think you have some innate abilities that you are able to showcase a little bit better with the kiddos. And things that I've definitely been working on, whether it's like in talking with my therapist or talking with you, like ways to pause, catch feelings, things like that. Catch feelings. catch the thought as it's going, and then being able to react accordingly or whatever. What are some things that we are trying to model to the kids? Recently with Rory, we've noticed that he's been struggling with big emotions at school. And we have been modeling that stuff relatively well here, I would say. I think we have our moments, but I think he's also learning some of these behaviors from maybe some of his classmates as well, which has been hard.
That's hard.
So what are some things that we are trying to model for our kids? What are some things that we're trying to do to make them good emotional learners?
Well, I think the big one is naming the feeling, right? So that's something we do really well, I think, is...
What are you feeling?
We let them have their emotions. We also let them see us having our emotions. Yeah. So...
And we don't shame it.
No, we don't shame it.
Don't make you feel embarrassed for being mad.
We acknowledge it. And so I would consider myself a pretty emotional person. I'm a little extra sensitive. And so I feel like I connect well with the kids on an emotional level because I think they also have big emotions. And I think using emotional language is really important because they have to be able to name it, right? And then so when you're having a big emotion and someone tells you like to name it, that already like starts to bring you down a little bit.
Yeah.
So when Rory is, having his emotional outburst, it's easy to, get down on his level and say, hey, what are you feeling right now? He's really good at telling us how he feels sad or mad or
I'm mad.
Yeah. And so
that's all right, buddy. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. And so honestly, I feel like that isn't the problem. It's the connecting. Like I told you the other night, he is learning. We just have to keep encouraging like the break process, right? So like when you are a little kid, you learn to think before you do something. Yeah. He's not doing that right now for the most part. Yeah. Sometimes he's
getting a lot better.
Yeah.
Even in the last week.
Yeah. Yeah. And so he gets so emotional that he doesn't know what to do with it, right? And so then it's like a physical outburst or it's a yell. And so it's naming it, but then also trying to get him to be like, hey, like and it puts a lot of work on us.
Yeah.
Because you want to try to see the trigger, right? So when he's fighting with Lyra.
And that's been hard because sometimes I don't recognize it.
Or it's playful and then it turns so quickly.
Yeah.
And so I think teaching him the breaks, right, of thinking before we hit that emotional, but like that's still a work in progress. Yeah. I mean, he's still 4.
Yeah.
And naming the language. I'm trying to think what else. Connecting, just connecting it all is really important. That's a big step.
And like showcasing that it's okay to feel emotions, but making sure that
there's still boundaries.
Yeah, exactly. That we still have boundaries with the emotions that we're feeling.
Like, so you can be mad, but you're not going to hit.
And we're not going to have an outburst about it. Yeah. But,
well,
like.
You mean like physical outburst? Yeah. So you can be mad, but you can't hit me or you can't hit your sister.
Or you can't like screaming like that. That's what I mean by like an outburst. Like, hey, let's find a way to channel this a little bit. What do you need to do? Do you need to ball your fists up really tight?
Yeah. And that's the other thing I was going to say is finding the replacement things that we could do is hard because again, most of the time right now, he doesn't even know that he's in an emotional outburst until it's already over.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have the ability to be like, oh, let me clench my fists really, really tight or let me go scream into a pillow first.
Yeah.
Like we'll get there.
Yeah.
But that's really hard. That's hard for adults sometimes.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
What was that emotional outburst for you when you were a kid?
What did I do?
Like yeah. Like, can you remember like what your go-to like tantrum style was? I remember mine was like, I always wanted to just like go gorilla on a pillow or like on a bed or something. I was just like
after you were mad?
Yeah. And I'd do like 3 big hits and then like and then I'd be okay after that. But that I just like had to like release my like pent up emotion that way.
Yeah. I remember screaming into pillows sometimes. I remember taking space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it was go to your room.
Sure.
But then it ended up being fine because that's where I needed space to like cool down.
Yeah.
And that's something, however, though, that is something that we do differently, that we parent differently.
Go to your room. We try to address it and talk about it
we always give them the option of like, instead of a timeout, we do, hey, so for example, Rory hits and we say, okay, we're going to remove you from the space. So we take him into his room and we say, hey, we're just going to sit in here for a little bit. Do you want to sit with mom or dad or do you want to be alone? And almost every time he asks us to stay in there.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about it. We're not like, we're just in there.
Right.
And so sometimes he'll cuddle up with us. Sometimes he's across the room. And then when he has come down, it's like, do you want love? Do you want a hug? Yeah. And it's always yes. Yep. And then we're always able to talk about it. Yeah. So that is something we do differently.
He's such a sweet boy.
He is. He's just he just feels very deeply like his mother. I think Lyra does too, but maybe is a skosh not as intense.
Yeah. She just gets like
like
she gets a little psycho sometimes.
Yeah.
She's so funny.
But we'll see.
Too.
Yeah.
It was so enlightening. I don't know if enlightening is the right word, but we'll say enlightening to hear one of Lyra's teachers say like, oh, you guys have it together.
Yeah.
You guys know what you're doing. Like you absolutely have all your poop in a group.
We don't, but thank you.
But thanks, because we try to put on a good face when we need to.
Yeah,
but I think that is part of it.
Shout out to Teacher Anna.
You know, it's like fake it till you make it stuff, you know? And I don't even think that we're intentionally faking it. I think we are actively trying to assimilate as well as we can. And sometimes it's easier than others. And sometimes we struggle with it. And sometimes we are, you know, feeling our emotions on our sleeve or whatever that is.
Mm-hmm. But we also, since moving here in the transition, we are so much more patient. We are so much more flexible.
Have to be.
And I think that shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're like, even our emotions, I think, are more in check of just being calm and trying not to, trying to be intentional about not making them feel worse or like triggering something. We've worked really, really hard on that.
Yeah. I mean, something that definitely contributes to that is like, we're all we've got.
Yeah.
You know, and so we have to make sure that we're always making our core group as strong as possible, our core four as strong as possible.
Yeah.
And learning to live with each other and learning to just like navigate that. Whereas I was apart from you guys so much when we were teaching at Indianola that it was easier to just like have distance in a way. So this has been really refreshing for us to be able to just be like, no, this is our priority. We're going to make this as strong as possible.
Well, I think it's made us all closer.
100%.
Because we basically had to rewire our brains
on how we're parenting,
on how we parent, because we were together. We're together here, and the kids weren't used to that, and we weren't used to that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we had some tough days. It was a tough transition, and then, not that we don't have tough days now. It was just different in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Because we've never had that much time together.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, we don't have it all figured out, and we definitely are human and are going to get things wrong. But we've put in a lot of work, and I'm really proud of us.
For sure. Same. Okay, so here's one. Let's talk about therapy. You and I both have been rocking with our therapists. They're both cool, and they both have a similar name, which is funny. So what is something that you have been either working on with your therapist or with therapy in general that has surprised you, or that you've been excited about, or how has that been? Do you want to talk about your journey with therapy? Yeah.
I'm open to that.
Go. What you got?
I'm just trying to think what I've been. We've talked about so much lately. I would say maybe like the most meaningful for me to talk about tonight is honestly connecting with different versions of myself and how that has impacted me today.
Yeah.
But also then making myself stronger.
Yeah.
As in myself today. So I think it surprised me because I've been learning a lot about myself.
Sure.
That I didn't even really realize.
Yeah.
Kind of opening old wounds.
Conversations or thoughts that you hadn't had, questions that hadn't been asked, things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And just then once you ask one, it's kind of domino effect, right?
Sure.
So it's then all of a sudden I'm thinking about, oh, well, that makes sense. And I feel like my therapist does a really great job of being like, when you say that and you feel that in your body, what version of Haley do you connect with? And so sometimes it's little Haley.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's middle school Haley. Sometimes it's me now. But she's really wonderful at helping me visualize that and connecting to that.
Yeah.
That's been a really beautiful part of my therapy journey. And it feels, I'm able to kind of go into the depths of things. And so I feel like I've done a lot of healing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an example of what we were just talking about. I think I can talk about like my confidence. I've not ever really been a confident person. And I think the shape that has taken recently is sometimes I shrink myself. So we've been talking a lot about like shrinking myself in the school setting. So as a counselor.
Yeah.
And so what I have felt and what I mean by that is, especially being in a new school and abroad, sometimes during conversations and with certain types of people, I have found that I like shrink. And I don't want to do that.
How so? What do you mean by shrinking?
I'm trying to think of an example. Like if somebody comes at me and like questions my...
You're just like back into a corner. And
yeah.
Just like,
or makes me feel like says something that I then take personal.
Sure.
To then where
feels
I'm...
like an attack and then you shut down.
Or like, okay, so this is a good example. I feel like when I started, there was a couple of personalities that made me feel like I had to, what's the word? That I had to prove myself before I got like basic respect.
Sure. Before you got like approval from them or whatever.
Yeah. And I, like, that doesn't feel good.
No.
So for me, in my opinion, because this is probably differing for people, I just feel like everybody should start out like basic human decency, basic respect.
Right.
And then from there, you connect with people and
I think
people are really kind.
That's a fair like assessment. Yeah. We want people to just like start with basic human decency. Right.
And so
sometimes it's not always that way.
No, it's not. And so I have found that there's always personalities like this, but I have found that in this job especially, I felt like I was especially vulnerable to this because of how big our transition was. Yeah. That my feelings were really hurt at the beginning. Yeah, because I was like, you don't know me. You're not trying to get to know me.
Yeah.
You're not a counselor.
Yeah.
You don't have my experience, and yet here you are, and you're questioning me in a way that both makes it feel like it's personal, but also that you think I'm crap at my job, which I'm not. But my immediate like anxiety spiral is that I'm incompetent. People think I'm crap at my job. People don't like me, which I've always been a people pleaser. And so I've worked really, really hard on that. And so that's something I've worked with my therapist is like on the thought of shrinking. And instead, like I connect with my like inner warrior, Haley, of like, don't shrink, like take up space because I know that I'm good at my job. I know that I know what I'm talking about and that I connect well with kids and that there are better ways we can handle those people than to shrink and let them like take that power away. And I talk a lot about empowerment with my kids and students. And so I have to like take that for myself too.
For sure.
Yeah. So I've been working really, really hard on that. And I was just telling her I was really proud of a couple of conversations that I've had to have with adults. Cause I've had some really difficult conversations lately.
Yeah.
And I have taken up space and I have been assertive and kind and patient and all of those things, but I haven't walked away from those like feeling really bummed like I had at the very beginning.
Yeah, there were some conversations that you and I had talked about that some of these people you were struggling with a lot at the beginning of the year, and now you have a great relationship with a lot of these people, which has been
better.
Nice. Better relationship.
Yeah. And I think they're better, and I know how to maybe handle the situations with them a little bit better. But some of those people, like just like what we tell students, we just need to like coexist. We don't have to be best friends.
Right.
But it was just really hard walking into a new situation, feeling like, you don't know anybody. You're trying to put yourself out there as an adult. So that was really, really hard for me. But I'm in a much better place now. And and some of those people, I do feel like I'm in a much better space with. I feel like I need to open up and maybe have conversations with some of those people and just be like, hey.
As like a learning experience for them.
Yeah. Not, even just because sometimes I still question the interactions I have with them.
Sure.
Of like, is this genuine? Because I know how you made me feel at the beginning.
Right.
So I feel like it's genuine.
Feel that way right now.
Yeah, and I don't want to question that. I don't want to question somebody's intentions every time they walk into my room.
For sure.
And so I think it's not just fair for me, but it needs to be fair to them, like that I say that.
Yeah.
So I'm working on it.
Get it, girl.
Yeah.
That's great.
How about you?
I feel like I've seen a big improvement on just like you being like, you know what? No, this is the way that I'm feeling. Let's talk about this. You know, because I think sometimes with me, you've 99% of the time been really good about being like, no, screw that. Like, let's
not
talk
always
about that.
though.
You've been like since we've been adults.
Yeah, better.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were kids, not so much.
It's hard because we've been together since we were kids.
Yeah.
But since we've been adults, you've been like, no, pause.
Yeah,
Let's talk
since
about
we
it.
got back together in college.
Yeah.
For sure.
So.
Yeah.
14 years ago.
Was it really 14?
Yeah.
That's
like
wild.
2012.
We met have we talked about this?
I don't know. We're high school sweethearts. We
met
in middle school show
shit
choir. Sforzando.
Yeah. We were just friends though for a really long time. Yeah. We didn't start dating until high school.
Yeah. And we broke up.
We broke up. We got back together in college. We were different people. It was what we needed. We were too codependent. Yeah.
And
just
now
like
we're married.
Kids are.
And now we're married and we have 2 kids.
Look at us.
And we moved to
High
Croatia.
Five.
Air 5. Look at us go. Friggin' nerds, bro.
What about you?
Things I've been working out in Cherokee.
Yeah.
We've been working on a couple of different things.
Why do you say it like that?
I was laughing at like what did I say when I came home?
I don't remember.
I messed up. I have issues. I can't work through them or something like that.
We had just had a really rough week with Rory.
Yeah.
And that was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we came home and we talked about it.
Yeah. So, but my big emotion, or not my big emotion, but my big emotional thing that I'm working on is how to pause my emotions. Not pause my emotions. Pause the thoughts. Shut it down. Turn it off like a light switch.
I hope not.
No, it's the idea of catching the thought as it's going by, not pausing the thought. Catch the thought and see how it's serving me. And if it is serving me,
yes,
then I'll go from there. Do you see how like uncomfortable I get talking about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need to talk about it more.
I need to talk about it more. Yeah.
You're safe in this space.
I know I'm safe in this space.
It's hard.
And I know that the people listening are safe people too. But yeah, it's something that I struggle with, not letting my emotions take over, or not letting my thoughts spiral, because that's where a lot of my anxiety comes from. Is when something maybe doesn't go the way that I want it to, or the way that I had predicted in my head, then I will go into this friggin' thought tornado about where I'm going, like all the way from like Rory messes something up is point A to like him being homeless and dead in a gutter is point B. And that's how like crazy my spiral go. And I say it like I'm joking, but like that is how intense that spiral goes.
Yeah.
Like I will think all the way to that point, obviously to the detriment of my mental health. Like that's something that I struggle with deeply.
Yeah, but you've never told me that until last week.
Yeah.
Like how bad your spiral goes.
Rough.
So like, I mean, that's progress.
Turn it off. No, yeah.
That's progress.
That's my issue, is that I will bottle it up and not talk about it, and then no improvements.
Nobody
happen.
wins.
So look at us go. We're talking about it. We're doing the things that we're practice what you preach, bro.
Not what I thought you were gonna say. Thank you.
What? Say it. Say it out loud for the listeners.
No. You already said a naughty word last
I know,
one,
and I didn't.
You didn't even cut it.
I didn't cut it out of the audio. I cut it out of the video
everybody.
so that YouTube didn't get mad at us. But podcasts don't cur. They don't cur.
This is us.
Yeah. Had some cool people reach out after the last episode. We were so excited about that. Yeah. And we've had, what did I say?
You don't share any of these messages with me.
I know. I'm sorry. People are nice.
People are nice. Well, actually, shout out to teacher Anna.
Oh, yeah.
We said that. We started talking about her.
Yeah, we started talking about her.
But she talked to us.
She listened to our whole
Teacher Anna is the bomb diggity, and she teaches our sweet, sweet Lyra Grace.
But she started
She's
all
from
of
Croatia,
our podcasts like on a Saturday and listened to all of our podcast episodes. Why did you stop? Was the first thing that she said. She's so sweet.
It's fun like hearing how...
Because she didn't know about my social media stuff.
No, nobody does here.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so when they do, then they're like, what?
Hold the phone. Yeah, that was like those people at the Vox Artis choir thing that I went to. They were just like, oh, what? I saw you like a year ago.
Yeah,
that's
it's
me.
funny.
Hey, guys.
It's small world.
It is small world.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been good.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely things that I'm working on. Let's dig into follow up on some of the listener questions. Granted, these listener questions are from November, but hey.
Sorry.
How do you rebuild your mental health after a really hard season?
I mean, we're doing it right now. Yeah. Actually, that's very topical.
We're like in the moment.
We were in the rebuilding. Yeah, I think
go school counselor. Let's hear it.
How do you rebuild your mental health after a really hard season?
I don't think that that's a fair way to think about it. I think that's the first part.
Yeah.
It's not a rebuild. It's not a restructure. It's just
resilience.
It's resilience.
Right?
Like there are going to be times when the flower isn't blooming, right? But finding times to like continue to water the plant to make sure that it does come up and grow.
And I think you just show up, right? Whatever that means to you.
Exactly.
Showing up every single day in whatever capacity that you can is important. And that is going to look drastically different every day.
Yeah.
But we can look back on our hard season that we just had and know that even though it was really hard, we still showed up for ourselves, for each other, for our babies.
Yep.
And there were some days where it was, we didn't do anything outside the house and we just stayed put in here and waking up on time and getting everybody fed and what they needed to was our success.
Yep.
And other days it was, we were both feeling really good and we could get out of the house and we had a good day. And then other days it was one of us was down.
Yep.
And we just acknowledge that. And again, we don't shame, right?
Yeah.
So you and I are grieving and going through our adjustment periods differently. And so are the kids. And so I think that's also been really important is that even just between the two of us, it's been drastically different. So knowing how we can help support each other, knowing what isn't helpful, is been really, really important. But yeah, I think you just show up in whatever capacity you can and talking to people is really important. We have our people, and sometimes it's, I would say there were a lot of really lonely days.
Yeah.
In that hard phase.
Yeah.
But we had people who were constantly reaching out or that we felt comfortable more like opening up to ourselves and being like, hey, I'm really struggling right now.
In this situation, it's easy to commiserate with the people.
It is because everybody gets it, right?
Everybody's been through it at some point.
And that's why I tell people like we have been through some really hard things, but even though, it's felt lonely, we're not alone.
Correct.
Like there's not been a single hard moment that we've gone through where I have been like, we don't have anybody.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
It's like if you're on the life raft, you cling to the people closest to you.
Yeah.
Like that, I think that we have done that, the four of us, where it's just like, bolster down the hatches. We're going into it. Hold on tight, everyone.
Well, and I think we've talked about it before, but it makes you like this experience has made us bond faster with people.
Yeah.
Because everyone's been through it.
Yeah. Talk about that we had this, I don't know if we had this conversation with kids or what this was about the kids through the school that are 3 years and out. Do you remember talking about that?
No.
So
3 years now. Yeah. So like embassy kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I can relate that to the conference that I was just at for school counselors. So we think about how we support students in transition. So all students actually go through transition, which is a different mindset than I've always had.
Sure.
Because we always think about the students who are coming and the students who are leaving, right? But we're not really thinking about the
kids,
the stayers.
Sure.
And so it impacts everybody. And we were just talking about how like that we are not used to that. And I think that is something we question of, how we want to raise the kids, because that's hard. It's hard for us because we're already understanding that there are going to be embassy kids. Most of them are embassy kids that they do their 3 years in the school and then they leave, that we have connected with so deeply.
There's so many kids that we love
who are leaving
that are like, hey, by the way, I'm done at the end of this year. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. But then not only that within the students, but international educators are really transient too.
Yeah.
And so that is something that makes me sad already. Like thinking about people who we know who aren't going to be around for much longer.
Right.
And it's like, oh, but we just got to be friends with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a part of the resilience too. And like the well-rounded
but the idea and why I brought that up is that you can still find people even if it is for a short period of time, you can still like give your full heart to people and still like
you can still care deeply,
be true to yourself and be true to your beliefs. And you know, if there are people that aren't, I don't know, it's not a good way to say people that aren't serving you, but it's like people that aren't filling your bucket, you know, then don't give them the time of day.
Don't put that energy.
You know, don't put that energy out there. Yeah.
Well, and I think that's
give them the time of day. But
and I think in talking to the students, it's been wild listening, because some of these students, they don't want to get close to people because they know they have to leave.
Go away. Yeah.
And so then that's hard for people like me, who I feel deeply. And my mantra is like, feel deeply. Like life is way too short. So like love deeply, get to know people deeply, even if it means you grieve them and you have to say bye like way too soon. But we do have teachers and students in our lives who like they put up that wall because it hurts, right?
Yeah.
And so that's been surprisingly something that I didn't expect to navigate.
It's interesting because we definitely did have people back in the States that would put up walls. Similar, like it felt very similar, the way that they would distance themselves from people, but it's for a very different reason, which is fascinating. And everybody has their reasons. Yeah. There's a little bit more maybe consistency with these kids because we can see why this is happening. We can see
there's a pattern.
Yeah, why they're experiencing this a little bit more, which is it's tough to watch. And it's definitely given you and I some food for thought when it comes to how we want to see Rory and Lyra go through school, which has been interesting. And how we want to be around other teachers. Yeah. You know, because there are so many teachers that are coming and going on a regular basis. It's hard to make friends with other teachers that are just going to be later in 2 years or whatever. It's hard.
I can't say that I want that for myself.
I know.
And I feel like I've moved around a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't put down roots. Like we put down roots in Indianola, but like even me as a professional.
Yeah.
Like I've moved every 2 to 3 years since I'm out of college.
Yeah.
Which is what it is. I don't regret any of that because it's made me the professional that I am. And I've had so many like growth moments and all of that, but I yearn for like putting down roots and really growing in one place. Yeah. So this experience has really like
given you food for thought.
Yeah.
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 It's fascinating. The next listener question was, how do you stay consistent with mental health habits when life gets busy?
I think you have to remember to keep them simple.
Yeah.
When life gets hard and busy, simplify.
Yeah.
Because the harder that it feels or the more that it feels like a task, the more you're not going to do it.
Yeah. If it's like, write a journal for an hour, I could be like, nope.
Like when my hard season came, it was just like getting up and getting outside.
Yeah.
Even if that meant going and like sitting out there or going to the park or taking my lunch break, which I hardly do. But taking my lunch break to go on a walk with you was so helpful.
That was nice.
It's just like a little walk to the bakery.
Going for a little walk outside, just like going and getting some sunshine.
And boundaries. I think boundaries with mental health.
Yeah.
You have to take care of yourself. I tell kids that all the time of you can't pour from an empty cup.
Correct.
And we're constantly doing that.
Yeah.
So like nothing's going to work out until we fill our cup up.
Yeah.
And the best way to do that is through those like simple things.
And I think specifically of like the music educators, like learn to say no. I wish I would have just been like,
Yeah, I think that's important for you to talk about because you have a lot of those people listening.
Yeah. Like I think that it is important to understand that you cannot be all and all. And sometimes it feels like you have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That is one thing that I've learned here. Like it has been so refreshing that everyone goes home after school and leaves their computer at school.
Yeah.
That would never have happened. I mean, I remember plenty a night that I would be down in our basement working on musical blocking I would get done with rehearsal at 6:30. I would get home, I'd eat, kids would go to bed, and then I'd be up from 8:00 till midnight working on stuff for the musical, you know? Yeah. So figuring out how to distance yourself from that, learning how to say no and be like, maybe I'll have to figure out this blocking during my prep tomorrow, or maybe I'll have to figure it out on the fly, and that is okay, you know, and figuring out how to say no to that. Or, hey, maybe I need to take a step back from directing all 10 of these ensembles in my school or whatever. You know, I know there are plenty of people that are doing that.
What made it hard for you to not say no?
I was good at it, and I knew that my kids were going to be successful with me. And so most of the time it was coming from a good place. It was coming from a place of like, I want this product to be good. And so I know that if I give 500% of myself, because that's what it ended up being, that my students would also be successful. That was also kind of a learned trait though from Dwayne.
Yeah.
Because Dwayne was a person that would give so much of himself that I was like, oh, I have to basically be sleeping in my office in order to be successful. And even he has told me like, no, God, no, please don't do that. He's like, learn from my mistake. And sure enough, I was doing the same thing that he was doing.
But it was somebody you respected.
But it was something that I respected.
And who made such an impact.
Yeah, and seeing him in such an impactful time in my life, you know, as a professional, and then going into educator world, I was like, oh, well, this is how he did it, so that's how I'm going to do it too.
And times are different too.
For sure. But
what would you say to somebody as a music educator who may be feeling what you were feeling? What would you say to them now?
Get out.
Get out.
I think doing some soul searching on why you're doing what you're doing.
Because there's a reason.
It's really important. Yeah. What is the core purpose? What is the core thing that brought you to be a music educator? And I feel like I've talked about this before of if it's not a pure reason, if you're doing it for somebody else's to fit into somebody else's shoes, or you're doing it because somebody thinks that you were going to be this person, but that's not, like, you were somebody that was incredibly passionate about opening up your own bakery. Go open your freaking bakery, you know, or whatever that thing is. Yeah, I think figuring out why you got into the profession in the first place, so that if it is still pure after you're done going through that soul searching, you can say, I'm comfortable getting back in here and doing my best.
Sure.
And I know that I'm going to give it 110% for X, Y, or Z reason.
Well, because dreams can change.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's important to follow that.
What I always came down to, and it varied quite a bit, but my mantra was to make music at the highest level. Like that was, and that's something that I still want and striving for, right? Making music at the highest level. And at the highest level is where there's some say caveats, because the highest level for my current ensemble that I've got, which is mainly 6th graders and then like 3 other kids, and there's like 12 kids in the whole group.
Yeah.
What is the highest level for them? The highest level for them is enjoying singing, and doing it for the love of the game.
Right, because you actually have quite a few kids who have never gotten to be able to do choir before.
Yeah, exactly.
So like you had to change
what the
thoughts.
highest level was for them. Yeah. But yeah, so figuring out why you're doing what you're doing.
It's a good first step.
Taking that and then, just doing that, continuing to do the soul searching to figure out,
and
are there things that you can say no to?
Right.
Because
to make it more sustainable.
Yeah, oftentimes there are things that you can say no to. One of the things that I was doing is I was directing show choir, directing musicals, helping out with, solo and ensemble contest, preparing for large group contest, all state, and then also
voice lessons,
and then also teaching voice lessons. So that's what I'm talking about. Like that was the first thing that I'd be like, I'm not going to teach any voice lessons outside of school. Perfect. That's a good starting point. That's an easy thing that I could say like, I'm going to respect my time a little bit more and respect my time with my family a little bit more and do that, which has been nice. Because I remember I had lessons with Dwayne Philgreen when I was in high school at 10:30 p.m. Once or twice a week when we were leading up to All-State season, because that was the only time that I would be able to work.
Because you're doing football.
Because I was doing like morning lifting, after school football practice. After football practice was musical rehearsal. Thank God my mom would bring me dinner. But again, talking about learned behaviors, that was the learned behavior.
Well, that was us as kids.
Yeah,
too. Like both of us were. I mean, I was 2 dance studios. I was soccer. I was all music things too. Yeah. So yeah, it's a learned behavior, and I don't want that for our kids.
No, although I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it, but
it wasn't sustainable.
No,
I think it's different now too.
It's different now.
People hyper focus on things a little bit more than we did.
Yeah, we grew up.
Granted, we were in a small school.
Yeah, we had the fortunate opportunity of.
You do everything.
And everybody respected that.
Yep.
And if they didn't, then bye.
Not going to serve it.
Yeah.
Are you ready for? Do you want to do? We have some good closing questions, I think.
Okay.
And then we have some
fun ones,
quick hitters,
some lighter.
Yeah. Do you want to do the closing reflection questions?
Sure.
What do we got?
What's one thing you're proud of right now for yourself?
I professionally or personally?
Either.
I'll say professionally, because I feel like that one's easier to like conceptualize.
Sure.
I love the newscast. That I've been doing with my 9th grade media and film class. It's been so fun to just like get super technically nerdy about editing and camera angles and lighting and sound and all of that with them.
And that was something totally new for you.
Totally new for me. Like we've done this, but this was about the extent of my knowledge. So be able to dig into that more has been really, really fun. I'll give you the next one, unless you want to talk about something you're proud of.
No.
Okay. What's one thing that you're still working on?
Ooh, working on a lot.
You've talked about some of the things. Making space or
taking up space. Taking up space.
I think is great.
That's hard. Try not to be redundant too. Something I'm still working on. Where my energy goes.
Preach.
Being a people pleaser, my energy would go to everyone and everything.
Yeah.
And I've just
valuable.
Yeah. I've just realized that not everybody deserves my energy. And that's fine.
Yeah.
And so I need to take my energy and put it where it's valued and cared about. Something about me is reciprocation's really important for me.
Yeah.
And I've learned that a lot more in depth recently of thinking about maybe why relationships and friendships didn't work out well is because I was always hurt by not receiving the same care and love that I put into it. And just not realizing that, well, first of all, not everybody cares and loves in the same way.
Yeah.
But that maybe it wasn't reciprocated because it just wasn't like meant to be.
Yeah.
And so then you keep trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. And then you're like, I have nothing left to give.
Yep.
Yeah. So conserving my energy and putting it where I think it's more meaningful and where it makes me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
This can be for both of us. If someone listening is struggling, what would you want them to hear right now?
Ooh. That's a good one.
Find your people.
Mm-hmm. Find your people.
There's always somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it feels like you're so alone. And I think that's a hard place to be in. I've been in that place before, you know, and I'm married to a school counselor, you know, so it's a very natural feeling to feel. But finding who those people are and talking with those people and creating the space for yourself that you deserve, I think is important.
It's temporary.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when we're really struggling, it can feel like there's no end in sight. And I hope that there can be a moment for you that you remember that it's temporary and it allows you a reprieve to finally maybe take that step that makes it just a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because it's when we get stuck and we spiral that it's the worst, right?
Yeah.
And some people more deeply than others. And so I know it's probably a little cliche saying that of sometimes it really is just like a moment by moment.
That'll come out.
Yeah, it will. And every day's a fresh start. Yeah. And you're not, the finding your people is really important.
Yeah.
Even if it's just one person.
Yep.
And I just encourage, something I've been doing, trying to do better too, is if like reaching out to people.
Yeah.
Like if you're thinking about them, there's a reason for that.
Yep.
Life's too short. So tell people you love them and that you care about them. And, that's been even hard for me, but it's being across the world from all my people.
Yeah.
I've been trying to be better about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
You're loved. You matter.
You are loved and you do matter. This has been kind of a heavy episode. It's been a tough one. Not a tough one, but it's just like it's heavy things for us to talk about.
Yeah.
Important things for us to talk about.
It is. Yeah.
Before we're gonna wrap up with just like some quick hitters, quick, easy, light questions for us to ask each other. Before we do that though, if you want to chat at all, please reach out to either Haley or my Instagram accounts.
Yeah.
You can also send us an email at lettersfromelsewhere@gmail.com.
Yeah. We always love listening to you guys and getting to know our listeners. I think we have a lot of listeners that we don't know.
Yeah.
You know, that are outside our people that we do. So
ask us questions. Let us help you. I mean, even
tell
if
us
it's
your
like,
stories.
yeah, even if it's like, help me find the next Bach motet that or if it's, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Reach out. We're happy to chat. So you have to rank it 1 through 10. 1 being like, I hate that. 10 being, I love that. This one's cute. So my question is, how do you feel about our kids making friendships with other kids, even though they don't speak the same language?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, right?
It's so sweet.
Isn't it so adorable?
It used to give me anxiety, but now it doesn't anymore.
We had a moment at the park a couple weeks ago.
Right before we left for Kirk.
Yeah. Where it just felt like
it was great. Yeah.
Yeah. Like no stress about not being able to communicate with these people.
Because the kids figure it out.
Yeah.
And then for the most part now, it's like a opener into talking with other people.
Yeah. Oh, you speak English? Do you speak Croatian? Not really. Sorry. Yeah. We're able to have good conversations.
No, it's 10 out of 10. And I think that's been beautiful to watch is that, and it's promising for us because like the kids can figure it out. We can.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. All right. What's yours?
Okay. Your kid picking up the local language faster than you.
Oh my God.
AKA Lyra.
I'm going to say 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because I feel bad. It's amazing. It's so cute that she's rocking with it. But I'm just like, I'm
actually jealous.
I'm so jealous.
Because she's just a little sponge.
She is. And
she comes home and she's excited. And so now, not only is she using Croatian at school, she is using Croatian at home.
She sure is.
And it's so cool.
Yeah.
But I am honestly jealous. Yeah, I'm jealous. Because I want to speak it.
It's like, girl.
Yeah, it's been so fun.
Some of her little mumblings have been in Croatian too. And I'm just like, oh my God.
And then we're like, what? And she's like, what?
Yeah. What do you mean, ma'am? So funny.
Yeah. And then you can see the switch flip.
Yeah.
Of she'll start talking in Croatian and remember that she's at home with us. And so then she switches to English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so funny.
And sometimes it's both. Like when she's yelling at Rory, it's like, nay.
Yeah.
No,
yeah. That was today.
Yeah,
she was doing that today, running through the hallway.
And that's that makes us all giggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
This was a good one.
Yeah. This is good.
Yeah. We should, maybe we can open it up to people again to see what people want to hear us talk about for our next one.
Yeah. That sounds great. I don't know when I'm going to release this one.
Soon.
Because I released the last one on like a Thursday. So I want to keep it like weekly at least.
Ugh.
I know. I don't want to just
get
like
so impatient with you when you do that.
Well, it's
give the people what they want.
Sustainable. That's what I'm going for.
I just get too excited.
I know you do. Cool.
Okay.
You told me today you haven't listened to one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to hear myself or see myself.
Well, that's too bad. Figure it out.
I actually was really impressed by how I sounded.
You sound great.
But I didn't watch.
Drive me nuts.
I'm working on it.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
We love you.
Have a great week.
Yeah.
Wherever you're at.
We're on spring break. Spring break. When we come back, we'll have more adventures to share with you because we're in a tan, hopefully.
Hopefully. Please, God.
Hopefully. We're going to the coast. Woo.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Okay.
All right.
Later. People.